I've noticed that some of you have been having trouble saving your layered Photoshop documents from Kleki. So here's a solution. After opening up your document from your downloads folder, make sure to always open it as an image. That way your layers should be intact. If they're not, one way that you can get around this is by turning off the top two layers, going to the File menu, and saving the PNG. Once that's finished downloading, turn this layer off, and then turn on the next layer. And then go through the same process. File, PNG, save. Again, as soon as it's finished saving, go back to the layer menu, turn off that layer, and turn on this layer. Actually, this one is turned on now, so this is the transparent layer. And then go back to the File menu and save it. So that saved each layer separately. It's going to look a little different, but you're going to reopen the next day. You're going to reopen those three files. So I'm going to go close this down, open up a new tab, go to kleki.com, File, Import. The first one, you'll notice these three different layers. This is the background layer. You can tell because it was saved at, oh, wait a minute, I take that back. Let's open up this one first. Notice how it renames the files. It changed this one and added a 1 to it, and it changed this one and added a W to it. OFV, OFW. So I'm going to open up the first one. I'm going to save it as a layer. I'm going to select Fit and OK. Then I'm going to go back to the file and import the second one. That's this one. This time I'm also going to open it as a layer and select Fit and OK. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the third one. And again, the difference between these two is this one has a W on it. Select Open as layer and Fit and click OK. Now the weird thing about this is it has all this extra space over here. So I want to crop that area down by clicking on the crop tool. And then I'm going to slide this over to the right, or excuse me, to the left to get rid of all that space on the right and click OK. The only thing that I didn't do properly on this was I didn't import the layers in the correct way, because this one should be underneath this one. Double click here. This is the color layer. Select Rename. Double click here. This is the ink layer. Nope, I think I got that backwards. I did get it backwards. Oh, wow, it imported it transparently. That's good. So all of those areas that weren't painted in yet, you can see are transparent here, so that when I turn the color layer back on, you can see the way the file should go. So this one's actually called ink because it's the top layer, and this one is the color layer. And then this one is the original file. So here's what I'm going to do. Just so that you can always tell what the original file is called, I'm going to go back to my Files menu by clicking this little circle down here in the lower left corner. This is the original PSD file. So I clicked on it one time. Then I'm going to hold the Alt key down and click on it again. Select Rename. And then copy this text by holding the Control key down and typing the letter C. That copied that text. This has another layer because this was the original file, so I can delete that layer. Then I can double click this one and paste it in there and make sure to put PSD on it. So this file is exactly the same as the original PSD layered file, but each area was saved separately. So the normal way that you would save this is do File, change it from PNG to PSD. It'll download it automatically to your Downloads folder, so I'm going to select Show in Folder. And you'll notice there's all these extra files now. So what I'm going to do is, this is the original file that I want to save. So I'm going to Alt-click on this one, select Rename, select all of the text by doing Control-A on the keyboard, and copying it, Control-C. Then I can delete all of these files except for the top one by holding the Shift key down and clicking here, and hitting the trash can. Then I'm going to Alt-click on this one, rename it, select all, Control-A, Control-V is paste. This way there's only one layered file in here. And that's the one that you should keep. So each day when you work on this, if it doesn't allow you to save the PSD file, remember that you can close off each one of these links and save one layer at a time and then re-import them. And that's how you can save your work from day to day if it doesn't allow you to save the PSD file.